Well, I've not been fishing, if that's what you're wondering. But did you know that on Fridays, Fresh Market has their whole Atlantic salmon on sale for $5.99 a pound? And salmon is such a great choice. It's so healthy and it's so easy to fix. And I can get this big guy and fix him tonight, and we will eat on him all weekend. I think it gets better the more you fix it, the longer you reheat it. But I like it kind of crusty. Some people don't, and so you'll have to adjust the temperature if that's the situation for you. But I want to share with you how to fix a salmon. The first thing that you need to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut it into my individual slices. But before you do that, it's a good idea to take salt and just salt it pretty good. And what this does, it brings the albumin to the surface. That's that whitish product that's in a fish. It's also what's in an egg white, sort of that consistency. And this salt will make it rise to the surface so that when you bake it in the oven, you're not going to have that come up unattractively. So, okay, I'm going to rub this salt in, and while I do that, I'm hunting for bones, because you will find some. I've already pulled 2 or 3 out. This is going to be so delicious. It's no wonder people love to go fish. Just look at this. It's going to be a delicious supper. No Friday night pizza for us tonight. We're having salmon. Okay, what I like to do is take my kitchen shears, and I've cut it in my individual portions with my knife, but then you've got this skin. And you will occasionally have some scales on the back of the skin. We don't eat the skin, and so the scales just kind of make it seem a little rustic to me. I do kind of scrape them off, but once you get the piece cut, you can feel down the sides and just make sure there aren't bones there. I have found several as I was going down through there. And again, you might find a few scales, but that's okay. All right, so here is a beautiful plate of salmon fillets. And I will let these, I'll put them back in the fridge, let these rest, and in about an hour, in about an hour, I will take these and put them on my cookie sheet, very hot oven, and I will show you the type of toppings I put on. Oh, I just felt another bone. Carl Little would just die if he gets that in his mouth. He's kind of afraid of bones. He's going to have to toughen up, isn't he? All right, I've got these beautiful salmon fillets, and we need to dress them, and they'll be ready to go in the oven. I've got it preheating to about 500 degrees. You want a good hot oven. And then I will at one point put it on broil just to get it even crustier on top. So I thought I'd do a little taste test for Carl tonight. You really can't mess salmon up. I mean, some people would make it just with a little olive oil and salt and pepper. So you can't really mess it up, but I'm going to try it 4 different ways. I have already put my olive oil. I happen to use its roasted almond. That doesn't sound like olives, that sounds like almonds. But anyway, it's what I had. And so I have put that over the top. This is kind of to make the toppings stick. All right, the first one I'm gonna try is olive oil divine. It's actually a bread spice that you would put with olive oil and dip bread, Tuscany bread dipping seasoning. So I'm gonna do 2 of them sprinkled with the Tuscany taste. I wonder if Carl will even be able to tell the difference. I think they're all going to be delicious. Okay, the next two, I've recently heard about this little product. I had some squash, fried squash, that had Tony Kachiri's, I'm probably saying that wrong, original Creole seasoning on it. And he was telling me he puts it on everything. I have bought some. So we're going to have some Creole salmon. I will sprinkle it on. See how that goes. Give it a little bit of kick. The next two, I got this in Blowing Rock. It is salmon tea rub spice blend. This little tiny thing was $5.19, but it was Blowing Rock, a tourist town. That said, I'm just expecting a lot out of it. So I'm going to put that on it. It has black tea. I'm seeing the black tea leaves on this. I'm going to pick two of the nicer fillets for this because I'm just thinking this one's going to be the ticket. This is going to be the best one. We'll see. This last one, yeah, Mrs. Butterworth's. Seriously. Okay, but it gives it a little bit of sweet. You get that maple flavoring. And it gives a nice crust. Gives a real nice crust. Now, as I put these in and start them up, I will come back and put a little more topping on them as we go. So I'll wait for this oven to get preheated and then we'll put them in and it'll be showtime. It's football time in Tennessee.
Yes, we're going to eat salmon.
It is supper time in Tennessee for us. We're going to watch the ball game on TV tonight. Daniel Boone is playing and we're going to watch it. Here we have the sampling of our different salmons. This is the one that has the black tea from Blowing Rock. This is the one that has the olive oil divine. And then we have, this one shows better, the Creole. It's a little bit red. The Creole seasoning. The one that's very plain is actually the maple. So, let me just move the rest of your supper out of the way.
Okay.
And let's do a taste test. Which one are you going to do first?
I'm going to do that. I believe I'm going to like that in the best. So.
You think you're going to like the maple the best?
I think so, yeah.
I already said I didn't think that was even a contender.
Which one's this?
That is olive oil divine.
That is great.
That's very good. Olive oil divine.
That's very good.
Take a drink. I won't even have a drink. Cleanse your palate.
That was very good.
Okay, this is the Creole. I thought you might like it because it's a little bit spicier. I like that.
That's my favorite right there.
The Creole?
So far, yeah.
Okay. The black tea from Blowing Rock. We have hot tea out on the porch every evening. So this one might be right up your alley. I knew I would like that one. What do you think?
Very good. I like it too.
And then the one you thought you'd like best, Mrs. Butterworth.
I like them all, but the spicy was my favorite.
The Creole. Okay, there you have it. You cannot mess salmon up.
They're all good. Very good.
Even the more plain one with the maple. So,
yeah.
And as you warm this up, because obviously Carl and I are not going to, I lost my picture. We're not going to eat all this many salmon fillets.
We might eat them all.
But we can warm them up, and they just get better the more that you heat them in your oven. Footnote, I put these on about a 500-degree oven, and I did about 15 minutes, and then I put it on broil for about 5 more minutes. So, and then as you reheat it, you get more of a crust. So, bon appetit. Go Boone.
I clean mine up.